Make sure you surrender. Alright,
Il faut
Breezy, hit
localiser
it.
une bombe.
Come on, hit it. 2 people. 1 person. Zula. Whoa. Pro run. Alright, this account's at 161. Might as well just keep getting this done. I'm gonna try to get them all to negative 200 before 8 o'clock. What happened? No, it's the the main reason I'm doing this is because I have to manually download and manually upload the clips from Xbox Live, and it's just easier to upload like a 2-hour video. Here, let's test it. Let's test your theory. Alright. I'm gonna switch accounts after this. Alright, there might. Doesn't it have grenades? Probably.
Il faut localiser une bombe.
I mean, it wouldn't be very optimal if we need your vote to surrender. And your controller does. I mean, we can just team kill you. Go get me better.
Votre drone a... Bombe localisée par le drone. Insertion dans 10 secondes. 5 secondes. Rejoignez la bombe. Restez là.
Je recharge!
désamorceur n'est plus entre vos mains. Un seul agent allié en vie. Tous les alliés ont été anéantis.
I love giving one. Oh, you can see underneath. Can anybody else see the enemy team's ranks, or is it just you? Can or cannot? Okay, so all the more reason to do this more efficiently, since we're gonna have to lose the next 3 rounds the hard way.
Il faut localiser une bombe.
I mean, it's efficient, but it's hard in comparison to just pressing back left.
Votre drone a trouvé une bombe. Attention, votre drone a localisé une bombe.
Somebody loves screwing with me. They leave all my settings alone, but then they change the rotation.
10 secondes avant insertion.
I have a friend that does
5
that. He
secondes
puts
avant
all my
insertion.
accounts offline, and then he inverts the right stick,
Rejoignez la
inverts the
bombe
left,
et
and then
désamorcez-la.
it's on vibration. It's eight.
Le désamorceur n'est plus entre vos mains. Plus qu'un allié. Tous les alliés ont été
I
anéantis.
thought that grenade was never gonna blow up. Alright, so same thing again, just do it efficiently, stop trying to get kill cam. IQ doesn't have frags. Breezy, IQ doesn't have frags. Amaru doesn't have frags. No, Zophie is not faster, because you'll down yourself. Grenades. Yeah, Breezy, Amaru does not have grenades. Breezy. Alright, well, Amaru's getting the work.
Servez-vous du drone pour localiser
Yeah,
une
you
bombe.
realize we're... Like, we've been doing the same thing for the last hour. No, we were talking about it for a couple minutes that everybody else can see the ranks, so we can't surrender. Here, let me hit it, let's see how many people can see it.
10 secondes d'ici insertion. Insertion dans 5 secondes.
Wait to kill Amaru, kill herself. You have a TKL already.
Rejoignez la bombe et désamorcez-la. Vous devez récupérer le désamorceur.
Wrong person by the way. I'm out.
Désamorceur repris. Le désamorceur. Dernier agent allié. Nous avons été éliminés.
If you team kill, don't team kill with and always go opposite you can kill yourself with, just in case. Not like we're gonna get a is it the final operator screen anyway, so it doesn't matter. Nitro cells only. Alright. I would really like to test the 4 people backing out thing, but I mean, it would only make like a 20-second difference, and then the
Protégez les
reconnect
bombes.
would be annoying. Probably not better.
Un seul agent allié en vie. Les alliés ont été éliminés. Échec de la mission.
Like half of us are muscle. I don't know, like if you had a computer with the same specs as an Xbox One X, you'd be perfectly fine. Right, I'm switching accounts. Oh, because it doesn't think you're in ranked. You still lose the MMR, but it just doesn't reflect it back. It What do you mean they just updated it? It's perfectly fixed and balanced. Right, I'm just switching accounts. No, like stay on your accounts unless you only have one play left. Let me just check my accounts. Let's see. -101. You wouldn't TK me. Whoever's squad leader, can you invite you wouldn't TK me, please? So I don't have to re-invite you guys. Got 2 messages from the enemy team. One said, "Are we like in a vid?" question mark. And then somebody else said, "Thanks." See, like they just straight up asked for my YouTube channel. Like they just expect I'm gonna upload it, and I am, but no, what I uploaded was videos. What their names are random letters and numbers. Because I don't feel like renaming them and figure out whether they're duplicates or not. Is it a banana or a potato? Start it. Vitamin K's potassium. Is it a potato or a banana? Eric, can you start it? It's alright. I wouldn't recommend it multiple days in a row. It can be. Not if you have a prescription. Yeah, it's an anesthetic. Yeah, who dropped? I just invited you. Oof. There's people that are trying to beat me, but I'm like 450. You wouldn't TK me is my highest of the 4 accounts that I've done this season, and it's 450 MMR below the next person. There's people. The funny thing is, like, I know there's other people trying to do the exact same thing I'm doing, but they've tripled the amount of games played and are 1,000 MMR high because they're retarded. Look at the guy in the enemy team. Look, help brain. Look at his name. Wait, you can see their ranks? How many people cannot see their ranks? Wait, can anybody see their ranks? Wait, that's good. That's good. That means we can surrender. Alright, ban Twitch. Like, there's people, there's squads where everybody's like 190 to 270. It's crazy. Bendoc. It's pretty close. Alright, well, wait until we disband. Which hopefully won't be in the next hour. Like, alright, here's the guy. Does anybody remember the Jumpy Squirrel guy? You might have seen him. Okay. Yeah, so he's at, his Smurf's at 1063 MMR with 14 games played. And then there's people with 12 games played that are hundreds of MMR lower than him. Because some people, like, they want to D-rank, right? But they care about their win-loss. Like, they have a 98, 99% win-loss on a throwing account. So they'd rather get 24-hour bans than, like, actually lose a game. Because they think the best way to lose a game is to just kill people and then surrender. And then team kill your teammates and hope they surrender. And they're brain dead. Yeah, most exploits from last season were patched other than like one or two.
Servez-vous du drone pour localiser une bombe.
You pretty much have to put in the work. Like, you have to, like, in order to get an account to negative 200 MMR, you need, efficiently, you need, at the very minimum, 4 people with, 4 accounts. Or 3 accounts. You need 4 people, at least 4 people with 3 accounts that all finish ideally in gold. Right? And you have to do that 4 times on 4 accounts. That's like best case scenario, that's how much it takes.
Rejoignez la bombe et désarmez-la.
And that's only to get to negative 200 MMR. You have to get another 1800 MMR.
Le désamorceur n'est plus entre vos mains. Dernier agent allié. Hopfort a éliminé tous les alliés.
A lot of people have lost trust in the system, and my goal is to make them lose even more trust in it. And to also put the people that committed 64 plus felonies, probably double that. 64 plus felonies in second place. Make it to where they have to make it even more obvious to try and beat me. And then once they fail, then they get banned. And then it's like they never existed. It's a lot of fun. I took great pleasure in doing it last season. And I did it so well that people would think I was a DDoSer. And so I would invite them to a party, and I would have an hour and a half discussion with them, explaining to them why that doesn't make any sense. And then having them look up the links and see the data difference for themselves. The problem is the more you try and convince people of it, the less they believe you. So. It's been, what, like 3.5 hours? That's crazy.
Encore 10 secondes. 5 secondes.
Yeah, that hydrogen.
Vous devez localiser et désamorcer une bombe. Entre vos mains.
No, I headshot him. Like, alright, here. No, go.
Tous les alliés ont été anéantis.
Here's how you do it efficiently. What you do is you place the cluster. Unless there's a Valkyrie standing behind it. What you do is you pop the cluster charge. Once it's halfway done, you melee the window twice, vault through it, and then you'll kill yourself. I mean, even if you're bronze, I'd rather have a 5-stack with a bronze than nothing. Why are you fused again if you know you don't have grenades? Because if we can't surrender, then you won't be able to kill yourself quickly.
Servez-vous du drone
And
pour
I just
localiser une bombe.
surrender. Fine. How are you so slow? Old gen problem. I really want to see what ranks these people are. Unranked. What's up, Breezy? Can you queue a game and abandon? Alright, cool. As if we have 4 people, this should still be pretty efficient, as long as we remember to kill the random. Alright, queue it again. Yo, Eric, queue it. You're the host still. Alright, so I'm gonna be at negative 178 on this gun, so I'll have a negative 201, negative 178, a negative 101, and then negative 90. It's pretty nice. Hey, we're on defense. For once. This is our like 4th defense game in the past 4 hours. Yeah, it's like if you scale it up to a whole day, it's like a if you scale it up to a whole day, it's like a 20% chance of getting defense usually. I legitimately never get more than 5 defenses in a day, no matter how many hours I'm doing this for. Yeah, I'll create LFGs on my accounts. I hope we don't lose a lot less because Breezy left. Did they think you're bringing a gun or something? I mean... Alright, I just created like 5 LFGs. Looking for group posts. It should be LFG post or LFGP, but it's just LFG for some reason. I swear I've seen Snowy Coast before. Everybody just nitro cell. No fancy kill cams. Just your goal should be kill yourself so quickly that you can just rest for 30 seconds. Or 20 seconds, whatever. Yo, account. Are you there? Alright, there you go. It's already loaded in.
Sécurisez les bombes. Un seul agent allié en vie. Mission ratée. Les alliés ont été éliminés.
Just keep in mind, if we can't surrender, we need to save the TKs for people who don't pick the correct top. If that happens.
Sécurisez la zone et protégez les bombes. Un seul agent allié en vie.
Beautiful.
Les alliés ont été éliminés. Échec de la mission.
You realize I use my controller 2/3 of the time, right? To be honest, if you have the adapter, you need to have your controller
Protégez les
plugged
bombes.
in. Surrender.
Dernier
Surrender.
agent allié.
Beautiful. Wait, there's still one. Oh, ectoplasm, nice. He's not new to the game. Crazy to think that that was a year ago. Almost? 11 months, I think. Yo, click find another match. Click find another match. Yeah, it's better that it says continue. Does anybody only have one placement left? Okay, cool. So we'll. Right. I have the 4 lowest accounts on Xbox, but there's booters on PC that averaged 80 MMR a loss at 50 games, which is crazy. Yeah, so they just hit off somebody on the enemy team, and then you lose more. Usually. And then it's easier for people to buy like keys for the game and just like, put on something where you do a Terrasun exploit all night, or pay somebody to get on your account, and then boom, level 30, go straight into ranked. It's random. Yeah, so Azula, after this loss, I'll have 2 -200 accounts and 2 -100 accounts, and it took, as I was saying earlier, it probably took me around 10 accounts, 10 unranked accounts per account. Because I'm gonna have a whole squad of, I studied the whole system next season, secret weapon. I have the 4 lowest accounts in the world, then nobody can beat me. And if they beat one account, then the other accounts are still beating. It's not about being the worst, it's about having a whole squad where it's the worst plus me, and I own all the accounts. Then I get to choose who gets boosted and how. And I can compare the account, then I can choose the accounts, or I can compare the accounts to see how their rates of D-ranking change when different things happen. I don't know. Alright, just make sure you kill Dark Knight. What do you mean you're Habana? Habana doesn't have grenades. I mean, you should kill him regardless, but look at Habana's gamer picture.
Il faut localiser une bombe.
Yeah, that's what it should be called. It's always on Skyscraper.
Votre drone a trouvé une bombe.
Almost every TP event I've had
10 secondes.
somebody else being on the
5 secondes avant insertion. Vous avez localisé une Le désamorceur n'est plus entre vos mains.
hip.
Qu'un allié. Nous avons été éliminés.
I don't know if any of you guys remember, like 2 or 3 seasons ago, there was a way where you could get underneath the map from ventilation, and there was different parts of the map that you could shoot through. So you would go gloss and you could like snipe people from 80 meters away. But there's like a 50% chance you'd die when you tried to do it. Nah, there was different places you could land on, and then they completely reworked ventilation.
Servez-vous du drone pour localiser une bombe.
Which is like the first time they've done that on the map. Without heads up.
Votre drone a trouvé une bombe. Attention, votre drone a localisé une bombe.
Yeah, I'm hovering over helipad in case they see.
10 secondes d'ici insertion.
Yeah, Julie.
5 secondes avant insertion.
We can make them kill themselves.
Vous avez localisé une bombe. Rejoignez son emplacement et
Wanna think
désarmez-la.
she's fancy?
Le désamorceur n'est plus entre vos mains. Plus
Slow.
qu'un allié.
Slow. Slow.
Les alliés ont été anéantis.
Are the ranks on the enemy team still hidden to you guys? Are their ranks hidden? Awesome. Alright. Whoever can do it fastest, you start it. Everybody spam back left. I just find it amazing that we were trying to kill ourselves and the enemy team rushed their spawn so greedy for kills that 3 of them got killed. One by a sledgehammer, one by a skeleton key, and one got
Il faut localiser une bombe.
hit it. 2 people. Just I need to switch accounts. Whatever you have to do, just wait like 2 minutes. I started at that time. I can usually get it really quick. I can get it done really quickly. The problem is there's a good chance that when I start it, nobody else will be able to see it. Because I've had squads where most people had older Xboxes. So I would start it when I would load in, but they weren't loaded in yet. So then it wouldn't give them the option. Which is annoying. I'll invite you guys from my queue. Who said they had 1 placement game left? Somebody said they had 1 left. Cool. And I'm joining you, Zilla. Just, we can't have multiple coppers queuing at the same time, otherwise it's way less efficient. Right. Alright, let me look at these accounts. Negative 204. Negative 219. What? Alright, so I need to lose 3 on IQ. Alright, we're on defense again, perfect. I need to lose 3 on IQ and 3 to 4 on 99, and then I'll have 4 negative 200. Alright, yeah, why not Thermite? Usually we ban Twitch because there's some sadistic Twitches that will destroy your nitro cell, but... There's this guy named XTWEXS that has been spamming IQ's aimbot all day. But you know that booters have a specific kind of gamer picture. Usually it's a rose, or it's some guy like covering his mouth, or a girl covering their mouth. Like, there's just some, like those two in common, or they have a custom version of their gamer tag that looks like it costs $200 to make. I know multiple people with gamer pictures like that. Alright, well, nitro cells. Alright, so it's already good. The mean of my squad's 572, and the sum is 2,886. So if I lose around 2,900 MMR, I should get, I want to say 3.5 times more MMR. But if I get to my goal, it'll multiply the amount of MMR by 5.5 times. Like, so here's the thing. I have the capability to go in a game and, oh, my bad. I have the capability to go in a game and 80-90% of the time I can make multiple people kill me. So here's the thing. Even if boosting was completely removed, I would still D-rank like this. Like, just simply the act of D-ranking is fun to me, even like this. Because it's like you're a sociologist, and you can just go in here and then just find all of these connections between the people. Whether it's all caps gamer tags, or numbers after their name, or specific gamer pictures. And it's really cool to just be able to see people that have zero clue how to play this game. They do everything wrong, and it still works, somehow. And so then not only to see these people, but then to completely blow their mind and give them something very unique to this game. That's cool. Just shoot him. No. See what?
Attention, Hopfort a trouvé une bombe.
I TK'd him first. You guys need to. If he runs out with Ellis shock, then I'm.
5 secondes. Hopfort a localisé une bombe. Attendez-vous à une action ennemie.
He doesn't know what lane.
Contrôlé par les types. Et immédiatement. Mission ratée. Les alliés ont été éliminés.
Okay, so when was the last time you saw this happen in ranked or casual? Exactly. But here's the thing. Ella's barely moving. These people have ACOGs and they're standing still. And they still can't do it. He doesn't even have attachments. Oh, he does now. Never mind. I just no. Who? Eric, Moo, can you team kill Ella? Make sure it's a headshot. Alright, we just need to end this round quickly, just in case the enemy team can surrender, and they want to. Like, they probably don't, but you never know. No, just kill yourself. No fancy runouts. Kill Ella. Headshot. Yeah, no matter what, message happens back. Yeah, what about Jaeger? Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys see surrender? You guys said you couldn't see it, then you pressed it anyways. Well, I mean, killing Ella only really matters if we can lose the game. And no matter what, you should always go off that you can kill yourself with, in case that bug occurs. Right. Does anybody have one placement game left? If you have one placement game left, switch accounts. And can the host back us up, please? Because we're going to return to matchmaking. Somebody clicked find another match. I mean, even if you only have a bronze account, it's fine. Stop the queue. Yeah, bronze. It has to be bronze. Alright, well, we're gonna start within a minute, so don't get too into what you're doing. Isn't Heather like bronze 4? Alright. What? Yeah, there's the invite. Come join. I have no idea what you just said. No. I'm good. Yeah, are you in? Your mom gone? Ask Ubisoft to hurry up. Dude, yeah, you have a 2012 prototype. Right, start it. Yeah, just get on a bronze account. I'm not a DDoSer. What? Well, can you switch accounts? I mean, it. Well, join on a bronze account. Zigzag, Zigzag. Zigzag, do you have 99? Which of my Smurfs do you have? Alright, yeah, I'll give you the password. It's at like 1100, but it's unranked. I have an unranked account for you. Let's see. I I don't even know exactly. Zigzag. Yeah, I'm gonna send you the account information. I'll be back in a minute or two. I told you I invite anybody that has an interesting name. No, it's SGCQB man. And I like invited you to the party to tell you you were gonna get a lot of MMR if you won and to leave. Because I can usually tell when somebody's throwing without even having to look them up. And then if somebody's throwing, the last thing they want is to gain 300 MMR. Um, let me know if you need the password for that. I'm not the password, the email code. Yeah. Well, that's the new password for it. I just sent it to your main account. Yeah, I sent it to Zigzag. That's sad. Okay, yeah. Yeah, please switch accounts. It's better to only have unranked accounts. Like as in 9 games played, 1 game remaining. Because there's an exploit you can do where you can keep playing after you rank in, but you have to make sure the game never ends. Like you just click find another squad and just keep playing until the squad gets an error. So you can like stretch the amount of games you can play by a couple. Alright. There's a party invite to game. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And voted. You can join off IQ as aimbot's here. You can join off IQ as aimbot's name. Eric, can you accept that invite so you get put back in my squad? Beautiful. Like you did it the second I said it, perf. It's only 56, or it should only be 56. I have some friends that play on like 83. They change my audio settings, and it's a surprise every time I get on the account. Sometimes I go from like angle grip and flash hider to like muzzle brake and vertical grip. It's crazy. Not that bad, because most of the people that play on them are like 300 diamonds. I'll be right back. That'd be a really good Smurf. That would be a really good Smurf account name. Yo, can you come join? Oh, it hasn't updated. Alright. Are you gonna get wins on your accounts, Zigzag? No, on your accounts. No, I mean like your accounts that are like copper 1, copper 2. Are you gonna get them to like silver 4, bronze 1? After a loss or two, I'm gonna switch accounts. It's kind of creepy hearing a robot say it. Matchmaking error. Rip. Who did we lose? Who did we lose? No, we lost Azula. Azula, we need you back. I have the 5th, 7th, get this. I have the 5th, 7th, 9th, and 11th lowest accounts, and I have half the games played or less than all of them. Are you just like finding headlines and translating them or what? Yeah, it's not always gonna be accurate. In fact, our teammate looks like a Buddha. Okay, we'll restart your game right now. Yeah, crash siege and reload it. No, he just had. Yeah, but look at his gamer picture, and then you won't think he's a DDoSer anymore. Is that from like 4 Feels bad, man. It's not a good day when your win loss is twice as high as your KD, and your KD is below 0.5. This video is gonna be AIDS to rewatch. It's already an hour long. Yeah, voted. Are you gonna reconnect or? Yeah. I mean, it seems like that was so long ago, but it really wasn't.
faut localiser une bombe.
Be like that. No, like, so there's this website called Xbox Clips, and the second it uploads to Xbox Live, it goes to that website. The problem is when you download it, you get a random alphanumeric name, and because I have 600 videos saved on my hard drive, I just don't rename them, because then I don't want to have to find which are duplicates. Right, but the thing is the date created is different from when I recorded it. And then the day last open, which depend on what
Les
I
amorceurs n'est plus entre vos
did.
mains. Un seul agent allié en vie.
Nah. And I don't always watch all the videos if I already know what they're gonna be like. I don't know, it's just easier. Yeah, just hold LB. Zula. You're just gonna get killed and it's not gonna look interesting. If you killed him. What was the Legion doing? What was the Legion doing? The Legion was like trying to hide in the Prisma. Yeah, Zigzag, are you joining or not? I'm fine if that account gets an abandoned, to be honest. Like, it's mostly got an abandons. I was just... No, it caps at 24.
Il faut localiser une bombe.
Um, 45 or less. If you abandon any games within the first 30, it's half of the first. Like, your ability to change is so basically, here's a simple breakdown. So if you abandon, especially your placements, and your team loses,
Encore 10 secondes.
you generally lose half of what you would have lost if you lost the
5
game.
secondes avant insertion.
But your ability to change is affected a third as much by an abandon as
Et
a
désarmez-la.
so it's not proportional.
Attention, l'amorceur n'est plus entre vos mains.
Don't revive
Les
me.
amorceurs
Don't revive
repris.
me. And just blow yourself up. Yeah, like the reason why it's important not to get reverse friendly fire now is because if we can't surrender, then we're going to have to continue killing you. And we'll have reverse friendly fire. That's kind of important. Yeah, I'm fine. Like that account has like 7 abandons already. I just used it to experiment. Yeah, like you don't need to ask for permission. I'm not your mom. See? Like 812? Something like that.
Il faut localiser une bombe.
Here, surrender, 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 surrender. Surrender. Yeah, one of you. Red dot elephant. It's fine, thanks for who takes out their cardiac sensor in prep? Legitimately, look, right, red dot, suppressor, elephant skin, on pulse. I need to lose one more game and then I'll be at negative 220 on this. Then I need to lose 110 MMR on the other account and that'll be at negative 210. How many left, sorry? Okay. Yeah, feel free. Yeah. And any accounts that aren't copper are preferred, but if copper is what you have, it's better than not losing a game. Yeah, it usually does. Let me stop the queue. I just posted it. I'll be back within 2, maybe 3 minutes. Take your time. So let me create some LFGs. What's been happening? Alright. Alright. I just messaged the only person I had that has D-ranked with me before that's appearing online and asked him if he wants to D-rank. The answer is probably no. He got down to 800 MMR last season and I boosted him to like silver 4. Mm-hmm. Right. What is it? The guy that got down to copper without even D-ranking, right? I asked him if he wanted to D-rank since he's like silver now. And he said no, I'm trying to get plat. Good luck with that. Mm. Yeah, that'd be awesome. You'd probably have to give him a security code though, considering you're overseas. It's like 2 minutes of work. It's nothing hard. Like if you're gonna be with us for another hour and a half, it's the best option. And then he gets an account D rank too. Hmm. Well, another thing to do is if you want to get to gold, here's what you do, right? So you give a friend you really trust or anybody that you trust, and you give them your account that has 1 game left, right? So what they do is they queue with you when you have 1 game left, when you're already placed, and then you keep queuing, and as long as the queue doesn't stop, you'll be able to manipulate your games even after you're placed and easily be able to get to mid gold. Yeah, but the problem with that, how that works out is since you have a 50% chance of losing and the distribution of where your teammates are isn't um like predictable, um right, and something you can control, more often than not you will have to play better than you can play to stay at the rank that you think is where you belong. Let's say you're mid silver 2, right? And you think your rank that you belong is mid silver 1, but then you play silver games and then your teammates don't know how to play. Some people may be level 36, some people may be 226. And because of that variability, you can easily get below where you belong. And sure that people may be easy, but then it's always like looming above you. It's like this is where I belong. I'm trying to get there. And then the only way to get there efficiently is by playing with your own account that somebody else is on. But I see what you mean, because if you're solo queuing and you play in a rank that you don't think you belong in, you're not gonna usually have fun. Okay, so how about this? I know exactly what we can do. It's just us three. We don't find anybody else, and we have to single-handedly lose the game by changing how our teammates behave. We don't shoot them. We don't kill them. We use the system meant to protect them to make them kill themselves. Would that be? No, I'll show you. You don't have to get them TK banned. You just demoralize them. So here, Zula, yo, what's up? Yeah, I know that's the goal. Well, those are two conflicting things. Like, if you want to D rank, KD is not something you can think about anymore. That's how this season's different. You can't care about your KD or your win loss, otherwise you're gonna go at 20% efficiency, and then you're just wasting your own time. Because here's the thing, unlike with previous seasons, before you win, you can't just leave because it's going to be a 30-minute abandon, then a 120-minute abandon, then it's going to be a 360-minute abandon, and then a 720-minute abandon, and then a 1-day abandon. So just to like save the KD, you'll make it to where anytime you have to leave to avoid winning, you'll be heavily penalized for. You'll heavily penalized for. So I to be honest, the your KD and your win loss do not matter on a Smurf. It's how you play, and usually your KD is going to be way above or way below where you actually play, depending on how efficiently you D rank. So what we do, for example, right? Let's say our teammates have grenades, okay? So we can run into the grenades. That's one way. Another way is they're shooting. We run in front of their bullets, right? Other times you throw flashbangs at your teammates. You shoot them with air jabs. You blowtorch them, etc. Then you make them kill you. And since they can't aim, they'll likely kill themselves. Exactly. That's the way I find most fun, but it's less efficient, especially if you have somebody that doesn't know what they're doing and they're getting kills every single round. You mean the Village guy? Yeah, Village. Yep. So I joined your game. How many placements do you each have left? And Azula, how about you? Okay, don't. I highly recommend not getting placed. If you can you switch to that account that has 10 games left? Like 10 placements? Because here's what I'm thinking, right? So Azula switches to that account, right? Um, Eric Mu, right? You play this game, and then after you play this game, I'm going to switch accounts to my negative 90 MMR account. Then we will queue us three for as long as possible until it won't let you queue with us anymore, or until you have to leave. Ranked. Yeah, like you get ranked, and then if we continue the queue, it should let you stay with us. Yeah, you just keep going. Right. Yeah, since you don't have any accounts left, you might as well just use this one. I'm, Cav is not a good operator to D rank with anymore. It's in fact one of the worst defenders. I, yeah, it's nice. Yep. So Zyvin, there's an invite, or Zivin, and then Eric Mu, there's an invite. Yeah, I can easily make both teammates kill themselves. That's what that's the one thing in the game I'm good at. Preferably don't shoot them, just make them kill you in the least amount of damage you can do to them as possible. Then once they get reverse friendly fire, you can trap them in corners or shoot around them and then make them think you're trying to kill them. You know, you've got it. That I voted to kick you lost like 100 MMR for that abandon. Somehow. Alright, so everybody's in? Beautiful. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna take one loss on this account, and then I'm going to switch to my 4th lowest account. And then lose as many games on that one as possible. Right, so the most important thing is to not kill enemies, and to not get reverse friendly fire in the first one. Moo, have you done this before? You have to be very procedural when you do this, otherwise it's extremely easy to screw it up. Especially since if the game or if the system thinks we're expected to lose, then it will give us good teammates in comparison to the enemies. And then you have to try even harder to lose. Reverse friendly fire honestly made this easier. Previously you could endlessly run. But now, you can kill yourself. If you have a reverse friendly fire and you want to die and you can't die easily, just shoot a teammate and you'll die. Yeah. Look at our teammates' gamer tag. Losing chromies. Yeah, well, yeah, I swear I've seen him before. Here, can you switch back? Cause we're at operator selection. Alright, so I'm gonna go Maverick. Who do you usually use? No, cause you don't do this often. Who do you usually do, Azula? Right. I asked Losing Chromies if he was D-ranking and he sent me 2 thumbs up. Alright. So, yeah, I did. Focus on Hibana unless Gridlock gets kills. And if it comes down to it, here's what you can do, right? You down a teammate and you endlessly revive them. Like, you just... no. We will eventually, just to make them surrender, but right now we are not getting reverse. Your goal should be, do the most annoyance in the least amount of damage. Destroy their drones, the breaching charges, whatever. Just make them hate you. However that happens. No, don't kill anybody. In fact, don't.
Encore 10 secondes.
Yeah, shoot around their feet, throw flashbangs at them,
5 secondes.
teabag, stand in front of their bullets, destroy their drones. Just do things that would annoy you. Look, watch the button. Watch it. We can trap her in the corner. Here, trap her in the corner. Trap her in the corner. Yeah, so much for D-ranking. He's just a bot. at 5 health and there's Capcan. He's aiming at their stomach. I can see why his gamer tag is this. Yeah, me too. Look, look at this. It's like they just walk around with a rubber band on their controller. Okay, so here's the really cool thing. Here, look. They both have reverse friendly fire on. Losing Chromies just sent me. He really has too many chromosomes, right? So I asked him D-ranking. He sent me 2 thumbs up, and then he just said, "I'm trying to win." I just replied, "You won." Smiley face. Dude, the thing is, neither of them had to kill us. Like, we were barely damaging them. But they're so autistic that the second we did like 10 damage, they want to kill us. Because they're lazy. Like, I was happy when I heard that. That just means that the people that don't know how to do it can't get copper accounts. No, everybody can get copper accounts, even though retarded people, because they can. Alright, here, just watch it. Watch Gridlock. Alright, here, kill Amaru and revive him. Only if he's revived. See, like, the thing is, I didn't even damage Gridlock. Here. Report him marked for grief.
Tiraillez, ne tirez pas! Ça m'avait manqué.
You're a trapper, just trapper, look. If we don't move, the only way she can go is down. Here, move to your right a bit, Sophia. Tiny bit to your right. No, that's left. Oh, see? Look, do you see how easy that was? Here, jump off. Look, I find it so hilarious. Look, I got 2 people to kill them. I slowly walked towards Gridlock. She downed herself. And I slowly walked towards Amaru in a place she wasn't familiar, and she downed herself. I just got a message from Losing Chromies. He said, OMG, please. No. You gave 2 thumbs up. Sorry. Like, why would you send me 2 thumbs up if I said we're going to lose? And then say I'm trying to win? Can each of you team kill one of the teammates? Just headshot it. And then jump off the roof. I sent him, you gave 2 thumbs up, and he sent me a question. Here, surrender. Chromies doesn't want, neither of them want to lose. So here's the cool thing, Eric, right? We're on defense now. I'm gonna try to make both of the teammates. I'm gonna vote to surrender. I'm gonna try to make both of the teammates kill me. Right? Can you go docs? Yeah, can you go docs so they can't get it? And then whoever doesn't down themselves, kill the other one. Like, kill whichever doesn't down themselves. Oh, docs banned. Right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Mhm. Here, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and capture a drone and put it on Goyu's canister and see if either of them can shoot it. Big brain place, but I doubt it'll work. They'll probably kill themselves.
Sécurisez la zone et protégez les autres.
Yeah, we can surrender. Look, surrender. Yeah, I know it says -1 of 1, right? In your top left. Oh, it's 1. It's a, right. Yep. So, losing Chromies just made that made that so much faster. So he went, his name, he said, you know what they say, can't beat him, join him. 3 thumbs up, 2 XDs. He's a No, but it's like, getting a TK ban's the worst thing you can do. Yep. I said LOL, he said I kill you, and I said yes. The main reason I was looking forward to the update is because of all of the people that think that winning 2 rounds is the most efficient way. But then they go 1-1. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna invite you from it's just 99 damage, and let's go on a losing streak. Like what we just did, but as many games back to back as possible. Like without backing out to the menu. Like 1 game? Can you do 2? Right. Uh, I'm down because I need to lose 110 MMR. It's likely gonna take 3 back-to-back losses. At least 15, maybe 25. It's evenly distributed across like 5 or 6 different people. Nope. To be honest, I doubt they'll come up with an update or come out with an update for at least a few weeks. Mid-season or something. Like in 40 days or something. I hope they give us a heads up. That would be nice. Yeah, join, it's just 99 damage. Oh. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Let me see if I can find a 4th then, because then if you leave, he can take the place without us restarting the queue. Give me a minute. Let me know if either of you need another invite. Zula, did you get the invite? From 90, it's just 99 damage to Zyvan. There you go. Very happy. I've lost around 300 plus MMR for the past 3 days on all 4 accounts. That's better than anybody else on console by at least 2 times. Rate-wise, at least. Well, the low ranks hold grudges like crazy. Hey, we're on defense. Beautiful. Okay, so defense is different, right? Instead of using blowtorches or whatever, you ban Doc, and then you throw gadgets at your team. Like Black Eyes, Grisma Mines, whatever. Ban Ash. Ash for sure. Because that's what all. Here, ban Ash, ban Ash. Set it for like 10 seconds. The reason why you don't want to ban Twitch is because when you down somebody, shock drones come and take your kill. So you don't get a team kill. Ivor, we've been doing this for like 5 hours. Okay. No, it's different. Destroy stock chems, reinforce rotates, throw gadgets. Go Ella, Maestro, Alibi, Valkyrie. Like people that have gadgets that you can throw. Okay, also blow like if it's safe, blow hatches that people normally reinforce. Short. Yep.
Secure the bombs.
Stand in front of it. Stand in front of it so they can't reinforce it. Look. Like
Toxins in position.
10 seconds to insertion.
Look, he's like, I'm gonna throw electrical at you.
You have entered
Run out
an
of
enemy
reinforcements.
controlled area. Leave now. Your location has been compromised.
Look, kites, like, come on. He's all... Yeah, don't kill the enemy.
A bomb has been located by Op 4.
Look, mute's staring at me.
One friendly operator remaining. Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Dude, he watched Sledge run past him. He could have killed him right away, but he didn't. And Kaid was just staring at Sledge, just super bewildered. He was just hoping Sledge wouldn't find him. He left. No. My friend. He doesn't have a mic though. Mysterious. I've been deranking like crazy. This season's very complicated.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
We're gonna disband after this, and I'll tell you about it. I'm streaming, and you can watch it if you're interested in seeing what we're doing. Tell them. You just watch Rook. Watch Rook. Anything on the back. No Rook for you.
Protected.
Friendly fire! You come!
No killing people.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to count.
Cease fire!
Bomb located by Op 4.
Look, I just I started shooting Mute with parasites, and Mute threw a nitrocell in the hot tub, so I jumped in the hot tub and he made him kill me. Rook wants to kill you so much. He throw the nitrocell at him, hit him with the nitrocell.
Nitro placed.
Time for double trouble.
Nitro placed.
They're running.
One friendly operator remaining.
They're running away from you into enemies. I peeked around the corner expecting a free kill and just got blasted.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
Well, the fact that you killed someone and that yeah. It's only good for opening up the site so your team loses. Yeah, Mysterious. Once I break some things down for you, you're gonna hate this season. But thankfully, you have enough Smurf accounts to make it worthwhile. I'll explain to you why. It's a really good thing none of your accounts placed last season, because they're gonna get higher soft MMR resets. Yeah, no, we're team. Each of you team killed them.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Here, watch me. They said no. Kill her? Yes, you can.
Friendly last operator standing.
Right.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Plan your defenses accordingly. Mission
And
failed.
Zyvan, you
All
can kill
friendlies have been
whichever
neutralized.
is less demoralized. Which is likely impro. since Mew killed himself twice to just avoid being killed by enemies. He's like, if anybody's gonna kill me, it's me. Exactly. Alright, alright, well, yeah, definitely go after him then. Yeah, please do. Oh, here's the beautiful thing, right? So, Mysterious, we're on match point right now. God's Eyes Fuse. He has breaching charges, right? So since he has reverse friendly fire, if we run into either of his charges,
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Yeah, it bounces back to him too, though. So at the very least, he kills himself. Zyvan's killing. Zyvan still has a TK left. That's what's so beautiful about freedom. That's what's so beautiful about doing in a triple Q or trio, whatever.
10 seconds to go.
Each of you can team kill if they don't surrender.
5 seconds.
The other guy is good pick and kill the other one. I don't know.
A bomb must be located and defused.
Kind of thing. Yeah, it has to be a headshot. I've always wanted to do this. Just run in there and let them kill you. Permanently, or? Alright, just made Fuse kill himself. Easy. Alright, Butcher surrender.
Stay close to me!
Poison working.
Yeah, it's been nice talking to you. So, yeah, I have no idea. Just send me a message and I'll reply. Yeah. Yep, something like that. Maybe 6. Who's counting? You too. So, let me know when you're ready. Ubisoft's smoking some crack. I'm just getting spam notifications if you type something in. Yep, here you said. Okay, so, I'll try to make this brief. So, pretty much, they made it to where if 2 people are placed and they're beyond 1,000 MMR apart, they cannot join each other. No matter what. If it's a 1001 MMR, it won't let you. And it will tell you the difference between the highest and lowest person when you click on ranked. Or try to. So the problem is you can't get an account copper and boost somebody that's already placed. So the only, and they didn't even intend it this way, but I knew they would do it this way because, like, I just know. And I tried to convince people and they're like, no, you're wrong. So Ubisoft said boosting's fixed. What Ubisoft means is a ranked account, a copper account can't play with a plat 2 or a plat 1. You can't even play with like a silver. Like anybody above silver 5. If you're in the main menu and you click the 3 bars, right click on ranked and you go over to skill. You can see the new denominations. So copper 5 is like 1600, or sorry, copper is 1600 down and below. Copper 5 is 1100. Now, in the Western Hemisphere, last I checked, there were like 26 accounts that were copper 5. And then there's like 400 that are copper. And then there's like 75,000 total. So at this point in the season, there's like 0.03% of people on Xbox NA are copper 5. And I'm 5 of them. I also have the 4 lowest by a huge margin. So basically, what you have to do is you have to take all of these accounts that finished last season below 1000 MMR and play Siege on them, play ranked on them this season. You'll run into a few obstacles though. So since there are so few copper 5s, it's extremely hard to find a game. I'd say queue times at peak time of day, so like 7 to midnight, are around 6.5 to 10.5 minutes. So around 8.5, or 8, something like that. So the only way to D-rank effectively is to take an account that has an MMR soft reset that puts it in silver or above, preferably gold. And you have that gold or silver account queue with you. Now, if that account loses 10 games, it will likely lose, I want to say 1200 MMR. So if anybody is above silver 5 when they're placed, they cannot queue with a copper 5. Because the way it works is you can't be within 1000 MMR of the starting point of that rank. So the starting point for copper 5 is 1100. So if you're at 1100 or below, it counts you as 1100. So 2100 is like copper 5. So it's like a silver 5 and a copper 5 can queue. And most people want their own copper account. What they fail to understand is if you have 2 copper accounts queuing, you lose around 30-40% less MMR. And the lower you get together, the less you lose. Especially when there's very few coppers or low coppers to begin with. So what I've been doing for the past 3 days is finding a huge amount of people that have tons of unranked accounts. And I would derank all of their unranked accounts and move on to another person. Obviously, like with their consent. So from doing that, I got let's see. And this is from a 1500 MMR soft reset. So before I played any games, they were copper 2. So honestly, like what I do is I get on all my Smurf accounts. I repost the same LFG, and I sit in the menu for 3 hours. So let's say I get 20 people interested, like I'm listening to music, doing homework, whatever. So let's say I get 20 people interested. Now, I make it very clear in my posts with my tags, with my names, with my main account in there. And here, let me just read it exactly to show you how unambiguous it is. It says, toxic, capital NA, capital D rank. So toxic NA D rank. Unranked people needed to D rank, and then D ranks in all caps. The tags are ranked, booters dispreferred, using my Smurfs, D rank, D ranking, losing toxic, experienced players only. So there's this new game mode called Unranked, which has all of the penalties of ranked without being able to see what your skill level is. I find it completely pointless because you get abandon penalties from it and it counts as a loss. So I don't understand what the hell they were thinking, because it just splits the player base. Anyways, I'd say around a quarter of the people think I'm trying to do unranked, even though it says D-rank, like completely different prefix, no common letters in the prefix. They don't read it properly. Around half of the people that are interested think I'm trying to boost them, to the point where there's people that finished last season in Diamond. They join the party. They're from the EU, and they were Diamond in both regions. So I say, okay, we're D-ranking, we're not killing enemies. They say, okay. We get into the game, and I'm like, alright, so don't kill anybody. And they're like, what do you mean? I thought we were boosting me. I kid you not. And then I tell them, just leave the game. And they're like, but I'm going to get an abandon penalty. I'm like, well, then your KD is going to hurt. Then they leave the game. And then the remaining quarter of people just want to get my IP. They join the party. I said, do you want a D-rank? And then they instantly leave. So that means that out of 30 people, 0 want to D-rank. Consistently. Like, I can do that all day. On a rare occasion, somebody will be interested. I'll invite them. They'll know what D-ranking is. They'll have an account that I can queue with. Half of the time it's in placements, half the time it's already ranked, and I can't even queue with them. So let's say I find somebody that's unranked. They meet my criteria. They're silver above now. They know how to D-rank. They want to D-rank. Usually they have other Smurf accounts too. So they will join me, and we will kill ourselves for 20 minutes, an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. It all depends how many accounts they have. And I'm like managing all of their accounts. Like, I track their MMR, and I'm like, your MMR is this. Can you do this? Can you switch to this account for this? They all listen. It's crazy. Right? So I use all of these people's accounts. Right? And with all of their help, I was able to get IQ as aimbot to lose 31 games. It's at negative 223. You wouldn't TK me. Lost 30 games. Negative 219. Newsome Quiver, 1 win, 31 losses, 1 abandon. So 33 games, negative 204. And it's 99 damage. 23 losses, 6 abandons, 29 matches played. Negative 133. Now, a normal person would be completely happy that they got any accounts negative. Because here's where it gets crazy. They changed ranked around. They said they were going to change how abandons work. They said they were going to change how queuing works. They said they were going to change how team killing works. They said they were going to change how surrendering works. They failed at all 4. Somehow. As far as queuing goes, let's say there's an account that's at 3500 MMR. Like, that's its soft MMR reset. It finished last season Diamond. Person probably wants to get Diamond again. Now you have another account, and it finished last season below 1000 MMR. It has a 1500 MMR reset. So those two accounts are exactly 2000 MMR apart. They're both unranked, doesn't matter, they can queue together. As I thought. Because Ubisoft didn't want to restrict placement matches, because they thought it would be annoying. So the system only comes into action when 2 new people that aren't in a continuous queue join together and are exactly over 1000 MMR apart. Things get weird though, because they didn't seem to test any of it. And so let's say you have that account that's at 3500 MMR and you have that account that's at 15. They've both lost 9 games together. Neither of them lost that much. They lost around half of what they would have lost by themselves. So let's say they're both down, let's see. Let's say they're both down 700 MMR. So that Diamond account is now from 3500 to 2800. And that 1500 MMR account is now at 800. So you have an 800 and 2700. Now they're only like 1900 MMR apart. Here's where it gets crazy. So if you have 2 accounts, whether one of them's ranked and the other's not, or neither of them are ranked, and they queue together, and they click find another match, and they don't get a matchmaking error, neither of them leaves. You can continue to queue until you get an error. Meaning that you can be 1900 MMR apart, and you can have them queue, and they manipulate the games. That's what a lot of people thought was the most efficient because they're retarded. If they even found that. Even more people thought, I have all of these accounts that I deranked before. What if I take all of these accounts that are at 1500 MMR and I queue with my main account and we win 10 games? They thought they were geniuses and they placed it at 4,276 or 4,200 to 4,279 MMR. They redefined Diamond to 4,400. That means that they're just over like 2 wins from Diamond. Here's where it gets crazier. So if you use those 1500 MMR accounts and you've exhausted them, you don't have any unranked accounts that could do any of the other exploits, like I've mentioned. And then you're screwed. Because with like Kapkan, Gloz, like everybody you know other than like Schaefer and Sapless, for the most part, all did their placement matches. They thought they would win. And here's how bad DDoSing is this season. I've had people that are in Plat 3, which most diamonds from last season are placed into mid Plat 3. That's how crazy it is, right? So you take all of these people and they hit Plat 3. They're like, I belong in Diamond, I belong in Diamond, I belong in Diamond. So then they get botnets. Now they're committing felonies because they thought they could beat statistics. And you try to explain it to them and then they kick you from the party. So back to what I was saying. So here's how bad DDoSing is. I've had people that were in Plat 3 and Plat 2. They would play with their friends. They would queue, let's say, starting at 6 o'clock, and let's say they were planning on queuing till 11. So they have a 5-hour window. If you were really good, you could get, I want to say, up to 15 games. It's likely going to be like 8 or 9, but 15 is not impossible. That's like 20-minute average or so. So they go in. They get hit off so many times, as in they don't get personally DDoS. The server gets hit. So they're 3-1, 2-2, 3-3. The enemy team isn't at the score they want because they suck at the game. They don't want to take a loss. So what they do is they send a ton of packets to Microsoft servers and make the server reset. When the server resets, the game never counts. Your kills don't count, your deaths don't count, the game never started. Right? So then these people get all their squads together, they sweat. They play for 5 hours. They win 3 games, and 11 get hit off. Now, you can imagine how draining it must be to play 14 games and not know when all of that effort that you just put into the game is going to matter or not. And you would think that it would be more and more draining knowing that no matter how hard you try, there's a very good chance that nothing you do is going to matter. But that if you lose, you're completely screwed. So it's just that huge demoralizing feeling that make all of these people that thought they could beat the MMR system with its new updates. They thought they were so good, they can just will themselves to get it. And now if you look at the leaderboards, everybody that's Diamond, right? Almost every single person has been banned from at least 2/3 of the websites that track stats. You can go into their MMR history and it will show you 11 games in a row where throughout those 11 games, they got 1 kill and died 5 times. Now, if you're at 6,000 MMR, and you play 11 games and only die 5 times, something is very weird. If you have a 0.2 KD with only 1 kill out of 11 games, that's impossible. So you see these people where they have like 5, 6, 7 games in a row where they don't kill a single person for the entire game. And here's how I believe they do it. They target people on the enemy team and specifically hit them off for at least 20 minutes. So it's pretty much a forfeit victory. Like, they hit off the enemy team. It's a 5v1, 5v2, 5v3. They have certain people that stress it, right? So you can rush plant the diffuser, stress it, so the enemy team never gets a chance to go defuse. The timer just counts down. Or, if the enemy team's trying to attack, you stress it so they never get in the building. So then you never have to kill anybody, because the enemy team can never play. You just win because they can't move. And it's insane. So if you abandon those matches, you get a 30-minute abandon. If you get a second abandon within a 24-hour period, you get a 2-hour abandon. If you abandon for a third time within a 24-hour period, you get a 6-hour abandon. If you abandon for a fourth time, you get a 12-hour abandon. And if you abandon a fifth time, you get a 24-hour abandon. Then you have to wait for those 24 hours to, you have to wait for those 24 hours. And then once those 24 hours end, you can't get another abandon for another 24 hours. Otherwise, you're going to get a 24-hour abandon again. It's 8s. So when there's all of these people that don't know how to D-rank, or when there's all these people that don't know how to boot, like, nobody should ever do it. But when there's all these people that don't know how to do it, and they hit it outside of when you're doing operator or map pick phase, things like that, everybody will get an abandon, usually. When everybody gets an abandon, you not only get an abandon for your placement match, like the winning team gets an abandon for what would have been a win, and the losing team gets an abandon instead of a loss. If that continuously happens, you can't even play ranked, because if it happens again, your abandon at least doubles. So the only effective way to get to Diamond is to lose 25 games on 4 accounts, take all of those accounts, boost one person that has a 3500 MMR soft reset. While you're boosting that one person, a majority, if not the entirety of your Smurfs have to leave. They will get a 30-minute abandon. You wait 30 minutes, you can queue again. But then once they all take an abandon again, then that's it for rank for the day. Because if they play a third game, they either get a win or a 6-hour abandon. So in best case scenario, you can do 2 games a day, and it'll take you 5 games. But in order to get the same amount of MMR as the previous game, you have to lose in between 6 and 7 games by yourself or with an unranked account to lose enough MMR to offset the MMR of the person you just boosted. So best case scenario, you use 4 people with 3 accounts to D-rank 1 account far enough. You take that one account, do it 4 or 3 more times on other accounts. And you have to do all of this. And when you explain it to people, they're like, yeah, so when can I get my games? Because they're like Neanderthals, right? So they're like, when can I get my games? Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? But what they don't understand is, even if you get all of these people to help you, even if you lose the game, even if you abandon and don't take the win while boosting, you hurt that account's ability to D-rank because it loses 3 MMR since your team won. You put the person that's getting boosted in a high-risk scenario because it's a 1v2, 1v3, whatever. And sure, the amount of MMR you can get's great, but then you need 4 people that can get on those accounts. You need 4 people that can handle a 2v5. You need 4 people that will listen when you say abandon. You need 4 people that can read the game. But most of all, you need people to just join. Like, it you can have the lowest accounts in the world. You can be the only one that can manipulate the system. And if you can't convince 4 people to get on at the same time, it doesn't matter unless you have 5 Xboxes. And even then, you're only one person. So it's like everybody just wants to boost, 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 but they don't understand how much time it takes to even start. Right. And I try to explain this to people, and like they completely tune me out after like two syllables or 2 sentences sometimes. So I have accounts that are low enough to where I'm pretty sure that if I took 5 or to 10 days to methodically do it, I could easily get 6,000 MMR from placements. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to D-rank as much as I possibly can within the next like 2 weeks, so that I have the best chance to hit the highest rank possible from 11 games, given the exploit I told you about earlier where you can continue queuing. I mean, considering I got you 413 MMR for that game last season, I use that as a benchmark for this season. So my goal is to get 413 MMR for all 10 placement games. Which could, here. It's probably not going to work nearly as cleanly as that, but theoretically, the maximum you could get within 2 weeks of D ranking is, let's see, 8,043 MMR. You could get to 8,043 MMR from placements. More likely than not, it's going to be, let's see. More likely than not, it's going to be 7,000. But even still, like 7,000 from placements is ludicrous. If you could get 5K from placements, people could or would pay you hundreds of dollars just to ensure that. But hundreds of dollars won't buy you those accounts. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have, if you don't have the knowledge to do it, you're going to screw up your accounts. Like, you have to manage so many things, spend so much time to get so little. And at the same time, have everybody entrust you enough to use all of their Smurf accounts, lose all of their games, die tons of times, just so you can get your account to your goal. Sure, they get to D-rank some, but it's less efficient because they're using silvers to D-rank coppers. So people think, oh, I spend 6 hours over 3 days and I'm your slave, boost me. And it's like, well, other people have spent 15 hours and they don't ask for placements. So not only do you have to do all of this D-ranking, and not only do you have to not do any placement games, not only do you not have to not win, but you have to actually play the game. And not a single person in the Western Hemisphere has the means, knowledge, or drive to do it, and still, I don't think I can even do it. Because I need 4 other people all on at the exact same time that are willing to do it, that are willing to play a game, leave, wait a half hour, do it again, and like the level of coordination and the amount of time it would take is so absurd just to get 5.5 times a normal win. Because it's the equivalent of getting 55 wins in a row from 10. If you do it right. 55 wins in a row is impossible by anybody without excluding super boosting and excluding people that hit off the enemy team. You have a 50% chance of winning every game that you play. You can manipulate it, but it becomes too time inefficient to continue to derank to offset the amount you win. And because of how the abandons work, the only way you can do it is actually losing. And there's only so many unranked accounts that don't care about. There's only so many people that have unranked Smurfs that they don't care about. But I'm sure we could definitely work something out strictly with your 3 accounts, considering none of them placed last season. I don't believe. I could very well lose enough MMR to get to negative 500 on each account, but then they would still need to lose 1500 more MMR to be effective in my eyes. Yeah, that's probably more information that you wanted to hear tonight or over the next week, but that's how whack this season is. Even with how they screwed up, the simple things that they did screwed this up so much. Face speed, if you're watching. And yeah. Cause I pressed the Xbox home button and I saw that you were on Twitch and I'm like, it's definitely you. How long have you been watching? Like 10 minutes or like more? I don't know. Yeah, I deranked from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I have a negative 223 MMR account, negative 219, negative 204, and negative 133. I could not sleep last night, so I was tracking your how your game is went and averaging the amount of MMR you got per game. Did you use unranked accounts or like Josh Deck and things like that? Because I saw that you were getting like 76 to 83 MMR a game, and the simple fact that you increased MMR on your 6th game let me know that you were boosting somehow. I was just wondering what your makeup was. Yeah, that's why I tried to tell you not to do placements, but I mean you're pretty close. It's gonna be AIDS getting any further games, unless you key with unranked that have like nine losses. Right, but okay, so here's the thing, right? The rate at which you can boost an unranked account with a super deranked account is so much higher than an unranked copper account and a ranked account. Like, it's absurd. Here, let me just see if I can come up with something that'll like help show that. Let's see. Versus 1500 plus 3500 divided by 5. So yeah, the excluding any teammates, which would skew it a bit, using an account that has 30 losses versus using an account that finished last season below 1000 MMR, is a difference of 850, which would be the difference of like I want to say like 25 MMR, maybe 30. So just simply replacing, or simply comparing somebody at 3500 MMR with an account that's at 1500 MMR, like the amount of MMR they would get versus an account that had 30 losses with an unranked account at the same MMR, would, like, instead of getting 75, you would get like 100, or instead of 55, you would get like 80, something like that. So that may not seem like a huge difference, but when you compare that, like, so if an account was at 1500 MMR and they queue with you, even if they abandon and they don't go up, they're barely going to go down since your team won. So even if that account stays the same, it's still not better than a really low account that abandons. Like, they're on completely different scales. It's crazy to see that you got like over 4200 just from 10 games. Lets me know that I should just stop D-ranking and be happy with what I get, but I'd much rather just go overboard. I conservatively think I can get 7000 MMR from placements. But as I think I was telling you and Mysterious, getting 4 people to get on those accounts is going to be harder than any D ranking. The speed, the people, every single group of people we play against is going to be killing themselves or surrendering by the 3rd round. Like, I've played games against silvers where the silvers are so afraid that they blow themselves up so the enemy doesn't kill them. And we would be playing people that are the equivalent of like 9 to 1100 MMR people last season. Like the literal bots that are like 0.65, 0.35. The people that stare at the ground and just move forward until they hit something and then they rotate. Like, do you understand what happens to those people when somebody like you rushes in with Ash? Like, their whole mind just explodes. Like, they will just say bro and just shut off their Xbox. So that's why I thought it'd be so fun, because I've already been testing it. It's like I've queued with a like plat 3 and a gold 3, right? MMR wise. Like, somebody had a 3500 MMR soft reset. Somebody else had like a gold like 2 soft MMR reset. We queued together, right? And we would make the enemy team shoot each other by jumping our drones between them. Like, we'd make our teammates like kill themselves by just shooting around their feet. Like, if people in upper silver are that bad, you don't even want to know what happens when you go below that. It's gonna be so easy. But I've been trying to lose around 300 MMR on each of my Smurf accounts every day. And if I keep that up, I should uninstall Siege before I'm halfway there. So probably just gonna try to get him to -1000 and call it a day. Because there's only so many unranked accounts I can queue with. But did you see the video I sent you? I emailed it to you. I emailed it to you, Mysterious. It was here. You know the guy with a weird name on Xbox? Not OVE, the Wasau. Yeah, Wasau PD. So he was queuing with what is it? He was queuing with My Room is Hot. And I was looking at Wasau's name changes, and he used to be Body Glitter, if you remember him. Like he was a booter many seasons ago. Yeah. Like Tindo, then Body Glitter, then yeah, Wasato, PD. So it was a video, right? He was queuing with he was queuing with My Room is Hot, and before, like, they were on Chalet or something, and before the Chalet like even disappeared, the server got hit. Like, so why would number 21 and number 1 queue together? Because I mean, OVE doesn't count. He doesn't even get kills. He just hits off the enemy team and stresses. Like, look at him. Like, click it. Go to tracker, click OVE, look at his match history, right? 10 hours ago, 1.0. 9 hours ago, 0. 1.0, 0, 0.2, 0, 0. 1.5, 1.0. Like, how many people do you know at 6K could play like 3, 4, 5 games in a row, not get a kill, and still be boosted? One kill, 5 deaths. Like, do you see that? Like, they're just stressing. Like, it's very obvious. And he's banned from R6 stats. He's banned from R6 tab. Like, he doesn't even matter. But it's people like that where they kick everybody else in like plat down. Or just so they can get 20 MMR. And here's the, like, I just want to beat people like this. Like, just out of principle. It's like you just committed 62 felonies at least. So you could show everybody how much of a bot you are. Right? And I can beat you in a 60 amount of games by memeing. Like, that's my only goal. Like, I wouldn't even care if Ubisoft banned me. That being able to do that 2 seasons in a row would just make my year. But I need to D rank more to get to that point. I'm gonna go get something to drink. Like finish whatever I had. Would you like to D rank with us? No rush. Like, I'm just saying in the next like hour. All right. But before you leave, right? Let's say in a week and a half, right? Siege still hasn't updated anything. I have all of these accounts that are like negative 1500, negative 1000. If we can work something out, would you be down to help me with 10 games over the course of 10 days? Alright? Like, I just mean like at any point. I don't care if I get 1 game every 5 days. It's just like, when you boost, you can only get 2 games per day. Because of how the abandoned system works out. But so it's like everybody's like, yeah, come on, let me get my 5K, let me get my 5K, and it's like, so how much you want to help me D rank? Oh, I'll help you with 8 games. It's like, well, kind of need 600, but alright. And I had a whole like 2-hour conversation with Schaefer. I don't even know if it was a conversation. I don't know if he was even listening, but everybody else heard it. I pretty much broke down everything I've broken down here on the stream. And then he's like, are you done? Like, I was down to boost you. I'm still down to boost Blaze. But it's like, once your placements are done, I like can't help you. Are you still trying to go for 5? Yeah, I know. Like, once your placements are done, that's it. It's never gonna be back the way it was. So Like, I have people, right, that have like solid like 1.5 KDs, right? They rarely boost if at all, and they're plat 3. And they're so focused on getting their placements, and they're like, I want to get my placements, I want to get my placements. And I'm like, wait 2.5 weeks, I'll help you. They're like, no, but my friends want to play. And then they get plat 3, and they're like, oh, I wish I listened to you. It's like, I told you I'd help you. And then they do it anyways. Like, everybody thinks they can hit it, but a majority of the people that hit it either burn through every account they had access to, and it still doesn't look impressive, or they hit. And if you're not on the leaderboards, it doesn't matter. If nobody can see it, it doesn't count. But I'm glad you're plat 1. Just how do you what's your plan? Like, what's your plan to get the next 247 MMR? Excuse me. Yeah. Or no, sorry, 147. I forgot it was 4400. Honestly, I'd just wait for the banhammer to come if it ever does come. But no, like the people that are not DDoSing, but the people that are strictly hitting the servers. Because I was looking at Microsoft's like information on all of this, and they said if somebody hits you off of Xbox Live, there's nothing they can do about it. There's no way they can monitor it, and that you have to contact your ISP. So pretty much the only enforceable thing as far as Microsoft is concerned is them affecting Microsoft servers. So the people that stress games and the people that hit the server to make the game not count are the only people that can be targeted by Microsoft. And that's if Microsoft even does anything about it. I'm doubtful. I wish you still had a placement game left. It would have been fun to get you to diamond from placements. Cause what is it? I'm pretty sure if I get the average of the squad, like the main, to negative 2250, I'll get just under 3 times the amount of MMR. So that should be like 270 MMR a placement. For 11 games. Maybe 10. And so like 20, yeah, I'm gonna go eat too. Mysterious, I'm 110% down to D rank. Let me just finish eating. I'll be back in around 7 minutes. Maybe 10. It's been nice talking to you, Speed. And